And welcome back to the channel. Today we've got our daily NBA predictions here for March 16th. This is the final video in the Vegas setup, so you can say goodbye to this after this video. But yes, we have got all our NBA predictions for today. 8 games today in the association, headlined by a couple nationally televised games. The Los Angeles Lakers host the Phoenix Suns, because of course the Lakers are always on the marquee, and the Oklahoma City Thunder in the nightcap go to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. So we've got predictions for every single game today, like we've done all season long. And folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Make sure to go check out our college basketball best bets that were posted earlier today, and make sure to go check out our UFC predictions later today at 5 p.m. over on Greedo Plays MMA, UFC London, Edwards versus Brady. And also we are posting our MLB The Show 25 franchise, I know it's video games, but still, with the Sacramento Athletics every day on the channel at 5 p.m. Pacific as well. Okay, on to the first of our 8 predictions today in the NBA. We're going to start things off in Dallas, Texas. There's 2 games at 10 a.m., Mavs and Sixers. Great. The Mavs are 5.5 point favorites to win a basketball game. Guys, did you see the thing about the Mavs might have to start forfeiting games because they just don't have players and they don't have money to sign anybody? It's insane. I'm taking the Sixers tonight, guys. Philly plus 6.5, because neither team should be any point favorites against the other one. I don't care. Both these teams suck. They shouldn't be favored to win anything. Yes, I'm taking the Sixers on the points. I can't believe it. I'm taking the Sixers on the points. Guys, let's list off everyone that's hurt for the Mavericks today. We've got the common occurrences, obviously the 5 that have been out: Kyrie, Lively, Gafford, AD, and now Prosper. Joining them today, Dante Exum has a left hand fracture. He's out for 4 weeks. Jaden Hardy is now out, doubtful for this game. Kai Jones, questionable with a quad injury. Caleb Martin, questionable due to a left hip strain. Brandon Williams is going to play. This is getting bad. The Sixers, they're very hurt too. Oh my God. Okay, McCain, Gordon, and Embiid out. Obviously, they've been out. Paul George out. Tyrese Maxey out. Oubre out. Andre Drummond out. Lowry out. Lonnie Walker concussion out. Adem Bona out, ankle injury. Who the hell is even playing tonight for the 76ers? Quentin Grimes, Jared Butler at the 1, Quentin Grimes at the 2, Ricky Council at the 3, Justin Edwards at the 4, Gershon Yabusele at the 5. Oh my God. How is this a professional basketball team? This is a joke. It's a joke. I'm still taking the Sixers. I don't care. I don't trust the Mavs to do anything. Sure, will the Mavs win up? Probably. Don't care. But plus 6.5, sure. Again, neither team should be this many points favored to win this game. I don't care. It's an ultimate crap bowl. I am taking the Philadelphia 76ers to go to Dallas, Texas, and just not lose by more than 7 points or 6 points. It's 2 G League teams playing. I'm taking the Sixers G League to play better ball. And also Quentin Grimes' revenge game, which I can't believe this is what we've come to. We're talking about Quentin Grimes' revenge games in Dallas. Both these teams have no future. I think the Mavs are still in the play-in right now. They are. They still got a game and a half on the Suns. They'll probably stay that way after today. But anyways, give me the Sixers. Next up, let's go to Cleveland, Ohio. We've got the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Orlando Magic. Cleveland is a 10.5 point favorite. Yeah, the winning streak continues today. Send it to 17 straight for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I feel pretty good about it. I don't think they lose the Orlando Magic. The Magic are just not very good. They beat the Pelicans great. They beat the Bucks, but still this team is, I'm going to still say they're ice cold. Paolo Banchero's trying his best, and the Magic look like they're in a decent spot to be the 8 seed right now because of how the Miami Heat have been playing. The Bulls obviously are going to be better. Obviously, they're just dealing with injuries right now. They lost yesterday, but the Bulls, I think, are going to jump the Heat eventually as well. I still don't trust the Magic with anything, and obviously Cleveland's on that 16-game winning streak, expected to go to 17 with a win tonight. The big win over the Grizzlies the other night by 9 points was without Donovan Mitchell. They return home to Cleveland for this game, and Mitchell, I believe, is supposed to play this one. It's a nationally televised spot. They're probably going to push for him to actually play this game. He's questionable. Same with Evan Mobley. Mobley's got the right foot contusion, and Mitchell is questionable with the groin injury. I'd expect both of them to play personally. I think they're both going to give it a go. regardless, they should still beat the Magic. Orlando obviously lost to this team in the playoffs last season in the first round in 7 games. They're dealing with their own injuries, right? I mean, Jalen Suggs out for the season. They might lose the guy who's been filling in for Jalen Suggs at the point guard position. That is not Jalen Suggs. That is Cole Anthony. So if Anthony doesn't play, then it'll be Anthony Black in the starting lineup. KCP's just been horrible this season. He left Denver and he doesn't know how to shoot anymore now, and they gave that guy, 3 years? Yikes. Again, Banchero's been great, right? Paolo, I mean, look at the stretch Banchero's been on. 41 points, 20 points, 29 points, 25, 34, and 43 on Friday in the loss in Minnesota. That's on a second night of a back-to-back. So on back-to-back nights, Banchero puts up 34 and 43 along with 11 and 10 boards on both those nights. The problem is that's not enough. Just Orlando doesn't have enough support around Banchero. They haven't been finding ways to win games. I'm taking the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously, to win this spot. They're the best team in basketball, and they're at home. They should be able to cover the 10.5 points. Orlando, yes, they have great defense. It's not going to be good enough to stop this shooting attack, and I don't think they have the offensive firepower beyond Banchero to keep up with the Cavaliers. Cleveland minus 10.5. We go on to our next one, to the Crypto.com Arena, Los Angeles, California. The Lakers take on the Phoenix Suns. This is finally the game the Lakers get back in the win column. Almost beat the Nuggets the other night with the South Bay Lakers. I mean, we were watching Markieff Morris. We saw Shake Milton play huge minutes. Austin Reeves, obviously, with the 37, 8, and 13. The dude's an absolute dog. No Luka, no LeBron, no Hachimura, no Hayes. And they were still very competitive with the Nuggets on the road. Again, I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. I want the Nuggets in the first round. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Oh, careful what you wish for. No, I don't care. I want Denver in the first round. They are so beatable. You saw Jordan Poole at the game winner yesterday, sinks a game-winning 3 over Denver in Denver. No, we want the Nuggets in the first round. Don't give a damn. That's the team I want. Lakers have lost 4 in a row. I know it sucks. Boston lost by 10. LeBron gets hurt. Brooklyn lost. Oh, it was horrible. Milwaukee lost. Got away from us, even though Luka scored 45. Denver game wasn't great, but again, they were competitive, and it was probably the best outcome you could have looked for if they weren't going to win, obviously. It is what it is. Jokic had the moving screen on the last possession to set up for the Jamal Murray 3. It's crap. Jokic doesn't, get called for that type of thing. It is what it is. The Lakers don't have a whistle. They just don't. They just don't. You look at the injuries tonight for the Lakers. Some guy, I think, okay. Hopefully Jackson Hayes is back. He's probable. That's a huge get, man. Jackson Hayes is so much better than, and I like Koloko, and I like Jemison. I don't really like Alex Len, if I'm being honest. But Hayes is so much better than those guys, man. That's huge. Jackson Hayes back in the lineup. Gabe Vincent questionable. Dalton Connect probable. Jackson Hayes probable. Hachimura out. That sucks still. DFS questionable. Luka probable. LeBron out. I'd expect LeBron to be back at the end of this week. Maybe honestly the next game. Probably not. Not against San Antonio tomorrow. Wednesday against Denver, I could see LeBron definitely being back. Or Milwaukee on Thursday. One of those two. Because he's not going to play the back-to-back, probably not. But I think LeBron will be back by Wednesday. I believe so. Hopefully. The Lakers are going to be fine, trust me. Lakers in 5 still, don't worry. Phoenix doesn't play defense. They have won a game. They beat the Kings. It's great. They're trying to fight their way back into the playoffs, obviously. They are still 1.5 out the Mavericks. We have the Mavericks losing tonight. Maybe. I didn't really give a winner on that game. I don't know who wins that one, honestly. But I don't think the Suns gain anything tonight because I think the Lakers beat them. It doesn't matter, and we've been over this with the Suns, and the same thing still stands. I mean, it doesn't matter what KD does. It doesn't matter what Devin Booker does. Team doesn't play defense. They don't have enough support around them. They're going to lose games like this. The Lakers are the much better basketball team, even without LeBron James. Luka found his shot. I think he's back now. The 45 points against Milwaukee. Hell, I called it that night. Luka's going for his career high, career high on the Lakers, and he did exactly that. Luka's back. The Lakers are getting into playoff form. It's the best I've ever felt about the Lakers on a 4-game losing streak. They're going to end that tonight. They're back in Los Angeles. Now the wins start piling up. Give me Los Angeles at home to beat the Phoenix Suns, and on top of that, cover the spread as well. I like Lakers minus 3.5. Phoenix is not able to stop them offensively. Give me the Lakers. We move on to our next game. We go to Brooklyn, New York for the Nets and the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are 5.5 point favorites on the road. Give me Atlanta. Second night of a back-to-back for Brooklyn. They did play a very competitive game yesterday against the Boston Celtics early in the afternoon. Lost the game by 2 points. We told you that was going to happen. I told you Brooklyn was going to play a competitive game against them. Second night of a back-to-back. I don't really like the Nets. I think the Hawks get them here. Hawks lost on Friday at home to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now they have back-to-back road spots against both Brooklyn and Charlotte. I expect them to beat the Nets with ease tonight. Brooklyn's only win since late February is the Los Angeles Lakers. Yep, unbelievable. But who plays tonight for the Nets? Second night of a back-to-back. Noah Clowney didn't play yesterday. Nick Claxton didn't play yesterday. So we expect both of them to play tonight. But they just ruled Cam Thomas out for the rest of the season. And that's a big part of their team. Obviously, Thomas came back for like a week, but now he's done for the year. Trenton Wofford didn't play yesterday. We'll see if he plays tonight. But on top of that, who doesn't play tonight, who did play against Boston yesterday? I don't know. Again, just a lot of like load management and rest with the NBA, right? You just don't know who's playing on any given night. So that's why I do lean towards Atlanta to pick up the victory here. And obviously, the Hawks are just the better basketball team. It was an off night against the Clippers the other night, is what it is. Prior to that, again, Atlanta had won 4 in a row, back-to-back wins over the Pacers and the Sixers and the Charlotte Hornets. You look at the potential injuries tonight for the Atlanta Hawks. Clint Capella not playing, he's out with a personal issue. Trae Young probable with that Achilles injury that's been lingering the entire year. And then Karis LeVert is questionable due to right knee soreness. Hopefully LeVert plays. He's actually been pretty huge for Atlanta since being traded over from Cleveland. I like the Hawks to dominate this basketball game. They're much better than the Brooklyn Nets. And again, we don't even know who's going to play for Brooklyn. And Brooklyn just played yesterday. Atlanta hasn't played since Friday. I like the Hawks to get things done. They're the 7th seed right now in the East. They feel like, a pretty surefire playing squad at this point. Playoff team at this point. I think they can probably take a game off the Celtics. We've seen Trae Young do it before. Anyways, I'm taking the Atlanta Hawks to beat the Brooklyn Nets on the road at the Barclays Center, and we're taking them to cover the 5.5 points as well. We go to our next one in Portland, Oregon for the Portland Trailblazers and the Toronto Raptors. Portland is a 6.5 point favorite in this game. Now, before we make a prediction, we gotta look about who's playing tonight for the Raptors, and this is why the Trailblazers are 6.5 point favorites coming off of a 5-game losing streak. We'll get to that losing streak in a second, but the Raptors tonight are not playing Brandon Ingram. Still, he's out for a while. I don't know is Ingram gonna play this year? I'm starting to get that feeling that Ingram's not even gonna play a game this year for the Raptors. Time's ticking at this point. I don't know. Grady Dick is still out for a while, so no Dick tonight for the Raptors. IQ not playing with the rest. RJ Barrett, questionable due to an illness. Abaji, questionable ankle injury. Mobo out, questionable nose injury. Jamal Shedd's playing. That's my guy. Jacoby Walter out with a hip injury. We just don't know who's playing tonight for the Raptors. Yeah, Scotty Barnes will play. Jakob Poeltl will play. Is this enough to cover 6.5 against Portland? It might be. The Raptors have lost 5 in a row. They're good teams they've lost to, though, right? Lost to the Celtics by 10 in Boston. In OKC, they get blown out, is what it is, against the Thunder's G League squad. Pistons lost at home by 7. Warriors lost on the road by 10. Knicks lost by 1 point at home. Obviously, the game winner by Mikal Bridges. The double bang by Mike Breen. Ajiva almost was the game hero. Anyways, Portland fairly healthy going into this one. Jeremy Grant, of course, has been dealing with injuries all year long. He's doubtful tonight. Jabari Walker out with a concussion. Simon's questionable. Now, if Simon doesn't play, that's huge. Yeah, Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson, the guard play off the bench is great, but Anfrey's so huge for this squad. I'm actually taking Toronto on the points here. I think it's too many. I really think it is. Toronto plus 6.5 is my play for this game. I get it again. The Blazers, are the better team on paper, sure, and the game is in Portland, but I don't know if Anfrey Simons doesn't play, that's huge for the squad. And this is a team that's lost 5 in a row. I think the Raptors are able to keep this game close. Again, the Blazers could win. I wouldn't be against saying that. But I just think the Raptors keep this game close. Again, they still have Scotty Barnes playing. Jakob Poeltl still playing. And we also still have Jamal Shead, the rookie out of Houston, who I really like as well. So there's enough guys playing for the Raptors, I think, to keep this game close. Portland hasn't been, lighting the world on fire recently. So yes, we're going to take the Toronto Raptors to go to the Moda Center at the Rose Garden and cover these points against the Blazers. Who wins? Who knows? Doesn't matter to us. We're taking the Raptors and the points. We go to Minneapolis, Minnesota for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Utah Jazz. The Timberwolves are 13.5 point favorites, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, because the Jazz are just losing, and more losing recently. Their last win comes on February 28th. They have not won a game in the month of March yet, and this is the 16th day of March. They've been playing a lot because the NBA's just got a bunch of doubleheaders in the month of March. The last one was a 1-point win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. That was the game that Ant was suspended for, obviously, on the 28th of February. As always is with the Jazz, who plays tonight? Because they are actively tanking. Now, not a lot of guys are out tonight. Collins is probably out for the rest of the year, let's just be honest. Jordan Clarkson out tonight, and Keontae George out tonight as well. So for now, the Jazz still have a starting lineup of Isaiah Collier, Colin Sexton, Cody Williams, Lauri Markkanen, and Walker Kessler. Not horrible, but are those guys really going to play? I don't know. Again, we might see a random, Walker Kessler's resting 2 hours before the game. Lauri, he's got an ankle injury now. I can't play him. Again, they're actively tanking. The Jazz are actively playing capture the flag. We'll see what happens. And you gotta think the Timberwolves are kind of, they know what happened last time these two teams played. Ant didn't get to play, and they went to Salt Lake and lost. Kind of embarrassing. For a Timberwolves team, too, that's 10 games over 500. They're trying to get out of the play-in right now. They're only a half a game back of the Golden State Warriors, who obviously hold that number 6 seed, and obviously the Lakers are 2.5 games away from them as well. Right, Minnesota's trying to play their way out of that play-in spot. And they're, I think, by far better than the other 3 teams currently in the play-in. Clippers, Kings, Mavericks, and hell, even the Suns, who are probably going to eventually get in that spot. I just don't think Utah stands a chance. The Timberwolves are playing great basketball right now. Both them and the Warriors are really rising the ranks quickly right now, separating themselves from the rest of the play-in squads. Minnesota has not lost since that Utah game on February 28th. Wins over the Suns, Sixers, Hornets, Heat, Spurs, Nuggets in the road, like we said. Big plus money dog there. And with the Magic victory by 7 points. Ant's been on fire recently. Why go against it? Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves to win at home against the Utah Jazz and absolutely decimate this Utah squad. We're taking Minnesota minus 13.5. This is a classic National Blowout Association type game. Minnesota on the points. They should be able to cover. We go to the Intuit Dome as the Los Angeles Clippers host the Charlotte Hornets. Man, this team's special, man. The Charlotte Hornets, oh my God, they beat the Spurs. Charlotte's got 17 wins this season. 17 victories. Great win over San Antonio. It is what it is. The Spurs are absolute poverty right now. The Hornets are rolling out a starting lineup of LaMelo Ball, Josh Green, Daquan Jeffries, Miles Bridges, and Mark Williams. Wow. The Clippers, have actually been playing a lot better since they went on that 3-game losing streak, losing back-to-back to the Lakers, losing to the Suns. They have then proceeded to win 5 out their last 6. The only loss being in New Orleans to the Pelicans of all squads, but beating the Pistons, beating the Knicks, beating the Kings, losing in NOLA, and then back-to-back road victories over Miami and Atlanta. So they go to the South and they win back-to-back games. That's impressive, man. I mean, both Kawhi and James Harden scored 25 in the win over the Hawks. This team at their best is really good. I'm not going to deny that. I just think, again, once we get to the playoffs, I don't really see the Clippers, doing all that much damage. I think they're likely in line for a matchup with the best team right now in the NBA. No, it's not the Cavs. It's still the Thunder, and I just don't think that ultimately goes too well for the Clips. Norman Powell's still out, obviously. No Chris Dunn tonight, but they're playing the Charlotte Hornets. And the Charlotte Hornets suck at basketball. The Clippers get this one at home. They're at the Intuit Dome. I would be very surprised if they don't cover this. Well, if they don't win this game, obviously that'd be crazy if they don't win this one. Just the way that they've been playing recently too. I mean, they played 2 better teams in the East. Given how much better are the Heat at this point than the Hornets, I don't know. But they beat a good Hawks team. They blew them out. That game was not competitive against Atlanta on Friday, right? I mean, it was a close game in the first half, and then the Clippers go on that run. What's it, like a 40-10 run in the middle of the game? They beat Atlanta for the second time this season. Kind of the same thing that happened in both of those matchups, by the way. The same exact thing happened when when the Hawks went to Los Angeles, right? A very close game early. They're going back and forth, and all of a sudden, the Clippers go on a random 40-10 run in the late second quarter, early third quarter, and the game's not even close at the end. Kind of odd how that went out, how that came to be in both those games. The Clippers are just better than the Hornets. That should surprise absolutely nobody. Clippers are 12.5-point favorites. They should easily cover this. The Hornets aren't good. Final game of the night. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Bucks take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder are 4.5-point favorites. Big win yesterday for the Thunder over the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, JB Bickerstaff had that whole bickering rant, obviously, in his post-game press conference, complaining about the calls, obviously, and throwing some shade at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It is what it is. Shai with 48 points, almost scored 50 for the 4th time this season. 48 will do. The guy's the most valuable player in the league. Okay? He just is. Sure, he's got a great whistle, but he's still the best player in the NBA. The Thunder's second night of a back-to-back against the Bucks, they should win. I feel really good about the Thunder winning this game and covering too. The Bucks are not going to be able to compete with this team. OKC plays great defense. They will force the ball out of Giannis's hands. They're going to force the ball out of Dame's hands, and they will force Taurean Prince, Kyle Kuzma, and Splash Mountain Brook Lopez to beat them. And KPJ off the bench too, and Gary Trent. I mean, those guys are going to have to beat the Thunder tonight. the not role players, but the supporting cast around both Giannis and Dame are going to be key in this spot. Now, I doubt Jalen Williams is playing, right? Jalen Williams is out for a very long, or out for a couple more weeks, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to hurt because Jalen Williams obviously would be on Giannis tonight. We'll see what they do with that Giannis matchup, but Chet Holmgren's going to play tonight. He did not play yesterday. He was resting, obviously, first half of a back-to-back against Detroit, so he'll be back tonight. Lou Dort, I believe, got injured. Yes, Lou Dort had a groin injury in the middle of the game. I doubt he plays tonight, so the Thunder are going to still be shorthanded in this spot, but this just speaks to the excellence of this team as a whole, the depth that they have, and also, again, the best player in the league, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? I mean, they're going to probably be starting Shai, Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins if he plays. They'll probably just go back to Chet and Hartenstein here. Don't love it because Giannis is on the court, but it'll have to do. Thunder will be fine here. They will. Again, they're going to force the non-superstars to beat them tonight. I don't think Kyle Kuzma and Taurean Prince and hell, even Brook Lopez have enough in the tank to beat this OKC squad. The Thunder are that good defensively. They score at will as well. Shai with 48 last night against Detroit. And I'll say it again, I've been saying this. With Jalen Williams out, you are going to realize how great Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is. The guy doesn't have an all-star now. I mean, I get it. Chet was an all-star pre-injury, but no J-Dub. What has Shai done since? 34 points in a road victory in Boston. 48 points in a road victory over Detroit. Here we go. 40 plus tonight on the road in Milwaukee and a victory. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just showing how great he truly is, and he continues to do it every single night. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder to go on the road in Milwaukee and beat the Bucks and cover the 4.5. Give me 40 plus again for SGA. Folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA predictions here for March 16th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow again for more daily NBA predictions. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.